When your stash is low, when your cash ain't full, when you need to max out your arsenal, it's time for Goodwill hunting. What is up, guys? Pwn here, and today I'm excited because I've gotten a lot of blasters out of my car. It's January. We're doing December right now, December local, and when I get behind, I kind of have a system where blasters hang out in my trunk, then in the floor of the back seat, and they sort of migrate around, maybe up in my room, but I'm so caught up right now that all I have are a couple things from January sitting in my trunk, rocking out December here so I can get them up on a wall somewhere. Anyway, much better than November was the December local thrifting. Let's check out the comparison graph. As you can see right here, looking great compared to November of this year, and also looking quite a bit better than December of 2016. Let's slide it in compared to October. Gosh darn, October is just going to dwarf every single month until it gets kicked off of that graph. But December is looking quite a bit better than November, so not quite as depressing. And of course, if you take a look at that little orange top there, I did manage to get what I would definitely call a legendary. And of course, with any legendary, it comes with a little bit of a story. But before we get to that, let's just check out the commons for December 2017. Starting off here with the XD Triad. This is a pretty hardy blaster, even if you throw it around, so I've never come across one of these that did not function pretty perfectly. Next up, of course, what would a monthly thrift be without a strong arm or two? This one was $1.29. I could have 1,000 strong arms, and I would never be able to turn down a $1.29 strong arm. And of course that works wonderfully. Then we've got a $2.99 Fire Strike, a little pricey for a Fire Strike. I think I was feeling a little bit of desperation at some point during December, and when I feel a little bit desperate, I spend a little bit more on blasters that I already have a million of. It's always good to have one more Fire Strike. And this one was in excellent condition. And works great. Got a Recon with a front barrel attachment, and this was $2.99. See if it works. Last two Recons have not worked for me. And it does. Last two commons, picked up a couple Rebel bows. This one with a little dart holder attachment. Let's see if these work. Not great. Guess that's not terrible. Sure, you know, it fires darts. I like picking up stuff like that because my cousins are having kids, and although they are having girls, I still feel it's my obligation to get them into Nerf as soon as possible. So whenever I pick up stuff like that from Goodwill, I like to give it to them as gifts, birthdays, Christmas, you know, whenever I decide to come over. So we can have little Nerf battles when they get older. I know most of the things are 8+, and they are, you know, ranging between 2 and 5 at this point. But, you know, the sooner the better. Alright, jumping up to uncommons. These dropping down, I think originally rares because I was so excited to see one for the first time. But now, a few months later, just in the uncommon slot, we've got a couple sweet Lady Hammer Shots. That's right, sweet Lady Hammer Shots. This one $2.99 and this one also $2.99. Would pay that a million times for these blasters. That one works, and that one works too. Oh yeah. Alright, jumping up to the rares. Some rare just because they're old, some rare because I really think they're rare, and some rare because I personally have never seen them before. Alright, first up from my Value Village, which normally has terrible prices, but not too shabby. $5 for, I believe this is part of the Super Stripes collection, and this is the Rapid Glow Blaster, which is a pathetic name for any blaster, so we're going to call this the Super Zebra Shot, something like that. Or maybe the Zebra Retaliator. I don't know, the Lady Zebra Retaliator. Something like that. Sounds a little bit better to me personally, but really happy to see this as I've never seen it before. And it even came with the magazine. Oof, that feels really nice. It's got a nice smooth prime. And yeah, as with most Rebel blasters, just feels so good. Alright, next up, a rare attachment, I would say. One of the Super Soaker stocks. This is my personal favorite. I would love to find one of the crimson colored ones. I've just found a lot of the navy ones so far. I paid 99 cents because at the time I didn't realize that the price tag of $4.99 was right there. $4.99 makes me think this was probably attached to something else. Pretty happy that neither I nor the attendant extended this stock so that I was only paying 99 cents for this instead of the $5. Alright, then just because it's in the package and they're pretty old, I got a couple atomizers. Copyright 2003, so it's sad to say that's pretty old these days, which makes me feel a little bit old. But I grabbed these just because they were hanging out, and I figured, hey, in package, 2003, how can I pass these up, even though these are probably my least favorite kind of blasters. An oldie, but a baddie. Alright, this next one, people get upset at me a lot because I think in one particular video, it's extremely upsetting because I said that something like $6.99 was outrageous for this blaster. And that's because I got this next one for $1.29. It's extremely difficult to bring myself to pay $6.99, $7.99 when on occasion I can get something like this long strike for $1.29. And it's kind of this reasoning that I get in trouble sometimes with you folks. Because in my mind, when I find one for $6.99, it's way too much. It's way more than $1.29. Feels pretty good. Seems like it's in pretty good condition. Came with a little 6 magazine. And it works just like a long strike should, barely adequately. Now, definitely what I would say rare, possibly epic, had to come with some other attachments, but since it was just the core blaster, got a clear recon, saying it's rare because it's, you know, no stock, no front barrel attachment or any of the other things. But still very happy to see this, as it is sort of one of the things that I'm always on the lookout for. Works great. Alright, now since I promised you a story, here's a little bit of a story. Now let's everybody close their eyes and just picture yourself in your local Goodwill. You're walking down the main aisle, you're ready to take a left or right to turn down the toy aisle. As you turn down the aisle, you notice something orange sticking out of the arm of another man in that aisle. And you know, within a split second, exactly what that blaster is. And your heart just sinks down into your stomach. You've never seen this before at any Goodwill in such good condition. You cannot believe that you were just, I mean, it could have been minutes too late to grab this blaster yourself. What can you do? What can you do? Well, you gotta man up. You can't just give up right there. You gotta, I don't know, I think it's somewhere between extremely heroic and extremely cringy and upsetting. But I pulled my wallet out. I waited for a second until he walked away, and then I walked up to him and offered him a $10 bill in order to purchase that blaster. Sir, could I offer you $10 in order to purchase that blaster from you so that I, not even purchase the blaster, so that I may purchase the right to purchase that blaster? And you know what he said? We got lots of Nerf at home. You know, go ahead and take it. For no money. Don't you worry about it. I understand that you're extremely pathetic. One grown man coming up to another grown man asking for his toy, and so I'm just going to give this to you. What I should have felt was a little bit of, I don't know, shame even. Probably should have felt shame, but the only thing that I felt was extreme joy. The kind of joy that that a child feels at Christmas running down to open their Nintendo 64 or their Xbox 360 or their Xbox One, however old you are. When you open that first console system, I was just absolutely ecstatic. So I will show you that blaster that I was able to get. I think it cost me about $5.99 and a good portion of my dignity. Well worth it, as it was a Gear Up Raider with the stock, with the 35 round drum, just with the stripe. That's how you know. That's how you know it's a good drum. Managed to snag this just in the nick of time. So this is the Legendary. The Legendary that I was extremely happy to pick up. I think I'd only seen one of these in the wild once, and at the time I just did not have that understanding of how great this was, of how rare and how good a feeling it should have given me the first time I saw it. It was also very broken. It didn't have the mag well even on it, and it wasn't priming at all. Still should have gotten it. But the thrifting gods gave me enough strength to ask for something that I really wanted. So let's test out this beautiful, I'm assuming this is going to fire horribly just like any Raider should. Oh, yes, that is so nice. Alright guys, that is it for this video. We have one question for you. I would definitely call the Gear Up Raider a Legendary. Why don't you give me one or two blasters that you believe are legendary? I kind of have my list mentally, but let me know what you think is truly legendary, something that would just send you over the moon if you found it at a Goodwill, especially completed like this. So yeah, I want to know what you think. What do you believe is legendary? Let me know in the comment section below. That is it for this video, and that is it for 2017 local thrifting. Until next time, guys, remember, you can be serious about Nerf, but don't take Nerf too seriously. Unless somebody is carrying a Gear Up Raider, in which case you have to take it very seriously and you have to pull out whatever cash you have in your wallet to give to them in exchange for the right to purchase that blaster.